Hello, this is Michael Gillian. Today I'll be doing a review and unboxing of the Sofirn IF23. I got the Sofirn IF23 on Amazon. Right now it costs $56, but after 30% off you can get it for $40. You can probably also buy it a little bit cheaper on Sofirn's website. Here's the box that it comes in. It tells you that it's from Sofirn, however it doesn't tell you the maker model. When you take a look at the back of the box, it just has a little label that comes with Amazon products. Workhos also used to have a similar box, but at least it said on the side exactly what model and make it was. Although it's just cardboard, but they have updated their box to have a much nicer finish. The TS25 actually comes in this nice magnetic box, and if you open it up you see there's foam and everything inside, which is really nice. I really wish Sofirn would do that and make you feel like it's a much higher quality product with that presentation. In any case, let's get to unboxing it. And I've already unboxed this, but I just thought I would show you how it comes. And it does have this plastic case. And again, the box did not have much information on it at all. Inside the box you get the instructions, you get a lanyard and two O-rings. I never use a lanyard, but the O-rings are nice to have just in case. Over here you have a Type A to Type C cable. And this Type C cable will be very valuable for you, and I'll explain why later. Over here you have a clip that you can clip on. It is only a one-directional clip, as it meaning that you could only put it on over here. It does not fit down here. However, it is reversible and by the means of you can put it on both ways. It's a reversible clip. Here's the actual flashlight, and it is a really cool looking flashlight. Very modern, sleek, and has a very different look than a lot of the traditional lights. For example, over here is the TS22, which is a very nice looking light, very sleek, but very classic and traditional. Whereas this light does give it a more modern look. Like a lot of Sofirn products, it comes with this little band on top of it telling you that you should remove the little film that's in between the battery and the light, and to remove that insulation paper. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And we're going to screw it back in. So I've tested this out for about a month, and I'm going to give you some information about it. This light is definitely using a bigger battery, the 21700 battery, whereas the smaller lights, more EDC friendly lights, are using an 18650, and therefore it could produce more lumens. It is made by Sofirn, which is a very reputable company, known for their value and budget lights. The light is an XHP50B, and that's a pretty good LED emitter. As you can see right here, it's an orange peel reflector, and it really gives it a nice floody throw with a little bit of a hot spot. We're going to show you the outside shots at the end of the video. Let's talk about the actual light. Over here you have the side light. On the side you have some grips in order to grip it. It's different than a lot of other lights you'll see. It doesn't have that traditional look. The tail cap is magnetic, which I really like, and also has a very different look to it. Here is a spot for the lanyard, which is really good. It means it would stand up straight even if the lanyard is on. It does have some grips over here as well, some knurling. And on the side it has 6 screws, so that's pretty interesting, and that's for the light if you want to take it out for whatever reason. It does have a little bit of a, I guess, a grip here, and that's, I guess, if you want to connect it maybe to a bike, that could be why it's there, I don't know. And otherwise, I really like the way it looks. It has a very modern-ish look to it. The button reminds me of the TS10, which has a really nice button, so I'm a big fan of that button. It also glows green when you turn it on. One thing that really bugs me about a lot of the flashlights that Sofirn and Workhos have been making is that the side charging port is not big enough for a standard plug to go inside. You will have to use the plug that they provide. And the problem is that I don't have any Type C to Type C cables that actually are that thin. So for example, this is my Type C cable. It doesn't actually fit in there. It doesn't, there's not enough space for it to go in, which is not very good. I have this adapter that I did buy for a different purpose, but it does fit in if you push it real hard, and then you can maybe get some charging out of it. So the power bank option is not something I can use on this, which is really annoying. Because you really have to find something that fits. But it does have a power bank, which is also called reverse charging, which is nice. It does charge via Type C. It does charge at 5 volts at 3 amps, so that's really nice. And it probably also puts out a nice charge, judging by the other similar lights that I had. There is direct access to strobe and moonlight, which is nice. And the LED is really powerful, floody, and the spotlight is good. I also do like to throw on this. I didn't get to test it out outside, but you'll see that it's a very powerful light. I really do like this light a lot, and I especially like the button. It feels really nice. Now, the side light. First of all, the thing I like about it is that if you click it 1, 2, 3, it turns into cob mode, but it's not really a cob. It's actually LEDs. It's white as well as RGB, which is nice. I do like that. So as you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, and you turn it on, and that's really high. But it does have, I think if I click it, yeah, if I just hold down on it, it will switch brightnesses. So I like that it has a white light. This can be really great for changing a tire or working as a mechanic or anything. If you use the magnet in conjunction with the side light, it's really useful. Kind of like those angled headlights. Now I have something that's a flashlight and also a side light. I very much appreciate the fact that it has 3 different modes in the white light. The RGB is really cool and practical. 1, 2, 3. And if you hold down on it, you can switch the colors. And for example, if you're driving a bike or any other type of vehicle that doesn't have lights of its own, you could always keep it at red. And I think there's an option for it to be blinking as well. So if you switch it to red and you click twice, it will turn into blinking mode or SOS or beacon, whatever you want to call it. And this is pretty good for going outside. However, some people prefer it to blink faster than this, more like a strobe type of thing, I guess. But I think this is good for biking outside. So I'll get to the user interface in a minute. I did show you some things already, but something that I don't like about this is the first thing is that it auto locks out, which I really don't like. If I want to set that up, I can set that up. I don't need it to be set up automatically. So that's something that annoyed me a little bit. The fact that it doesn't have Android at this price point for $56, but $40 I guess on sale is not too bad. But the fact that it doesn't have Android, you know, it's a little bit pricey for Sofirn, so I'd want to see that. It gets hot pretty quickly if you turn it onto, for example, turbo, and it's going to be really bright, but it gets hot real fast, like real fast. I don't like the fact that the side LEDs don't have a brightness adjustment, so I wish it did have an adjustable brightness for this, so that would be much nicer to have. And the truth is, I've seen tests on this. You can't really get 4,000 lumens just from the workhorse battery, the Sofirn battery. You would need to get a higher quality LED with higher output in order to actually get that 4,000 lumens. So I think that's a little bit misleading, but it does get pretty close at like 3,700, so not too bad. And the last thing, which I already mentioned, is the charging hole being too small for a lot of the cables, which I'm really not happy about. So let's talk about the user interface. Now this light in here, it actually tells you how much battery there's left. If it's green, that means it's over 30% of battery. When it goes lower than, lower than 70%, it will start turning red. And then when it is under 30%, then it will be flashing red. So red is between 30 and 70, and under 30 is going to be flashing red. If you charge it, it will basically be blinking red, and then when it's fully charged, it will turn green. I actually haven't experienced the auto lockout yet, maybe because I switched the mode somehow, but the auto lockout doesn't seem to be all the time, I guess. But I guess that's usually because I've used it pretty recently. So if you do get automatically locked out, you have to basically click it twice, but by pressing the button 4 times, basically you get out of lockout mode. So sorry, that locks 1, 2, 3, 4. And your basically light is locked. You saw that little blink. So now whenever I click it, nothing happens. Just the light turns on a little bit, and then 1, 2, and the light's working again. So that's a very easy way to get out of lockout mode. So let's just talk about simple operation. To turn it on and off, just click it once to turn it on, again to turn it off. If you want to switch the brightness levels, when it's on, just hold down, and it will, as you can see, different levels of brightness. And when you let go, it will stay in that level. When the flashlight is on, you can easily double click and you'll get turbo, and then you click again and it'll go back to its original light. To strobe, when the flashlight is on, when the flashlight's already on turbo, then you double click again and it will be strobe. So you have to go into 2 different settings to do that. I don't know if you could tell, it's strobe mode. And strobe is 4,000 lumens as well, really 3,700. And once you're in strobe mode, you can switch to beacon mode by double clicking again. And now it's beacon mode, and double click again, and it's in SOS mode over here. As you can see, it like does a blinking every few seconds. One thing that I like, I'm not sure if I mentioned, is that when it's off and you double click, it'll go directly into this mode over here. If you double click, it'll go into turbo, which is nice, and then it'll go 1 click, you'll get back into the regular mode. That is super bright. I think it's 500 lumens, which is very nice to have on the side. I guess since it's an extra bonus in the first place. But once you are in turbo mode, if you double click, it'll do the same thing. Oops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you have the different SOS modes. SOS, beacon, and strobe and turbo. So that's pretty cool. If you want to use the side lights turbo mode, when the flashlight is off, you just hold it down and then it will actually go into moonlight mode, which is pretty cool. It's a nice thing to be available. And remember, whenever you are in any mode, if you hit it 3 times, you'll switch between the different modes. So you have 3 different modes. You have RGB on the side, you have white on the side, and then you'll have, and then you'll have the regular flashlight. So the regular flashlight, 1, 2, 3. You get the side light, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you get the colored. So that's basically how it works. And I must have just clicked it twice. So that's how you're able to switch between the modes. Now we saw that there was the ramping light, as when you hold it down, it just ramps between. But if you, when the flashlight is on, if you click 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, you see it does that little flashing, letting you know that it switched from step mode, I guess ramping mode to step mode to ramping mode. And now, as you can see, if I hold down, it just gets brighter, and then when it gets to the tippity top, it'll kind of like blink, letting me know that I'm on the top at 4,000 lumens. And if I switch it there, it also changes the side light to ramping. So either both of them could be, sorry, not ramping, ramping mode. So if you want to switch from step to ramping, you can easily do that by clicking 4 times, but it does switch both of them, this light and this light. Overall, I am very impressed with this light. I really think it is a do-it-all light, great for any kind of mechanic or plumbing work. I used this sidebar magnet for changing a tire once, and it was really, really good and useful. I wouldn't EDC this light because I wouldn't EDC any 21700 light. This is my EDC light, and it is very small. So that's what I would do if I'm EDCing. But especially for all the features that it has, the side LED and everything, I do think this is a great value. You heard everything about it, and leave your comments. Let me know if I missed something or if there's other experiences that you may have had with this light that you think it is different than what I said, but I would love to hear that. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Enjoy the night shots. And in front of me we have the IF23 from Sofirn, and it was in lockout mode because that's how it is. And if you click it once, it's in the lowest step mode, and we're going to turn a little bit higher, and it's going to be in the next step mode. And now we're going to turn on turbo, and as you can see, it is 4,000 lumens. It has a little bit of a tighter hotspot, as you can see, but it is quite floody as well. This is also rated at 4,000 lumens. And now I'm turning on the side light that it has, and here it is. It's hard to aim it, but this is on low. This is on, okay, this is on low, medium, high. So it lights up the area pretty well, but this is only 500 lumens, and this is the side light of the IF23.